Just a second. Okay. Multimodality and the fifth language skill in ELT. So let me just give you a brief introduction of Dr. Ahmed Shabaan. He's a seasoned university TEFL lecturer with 27 years of experience in education, including teaching, teacher training, and assessment. He holds a PhD in applied linguistics. In addition, he provides courses in TESOL, Generation AI, in education, and English for teaching. So over to you, Mr. Ahmed.
Hello, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Good afternoon, everybody. And my name is Dr. Ahmed Shabaan, TEFL lecturer and founder of EduHub Academy online. And really, I'm so happy to have you today, new audience, new viewers, and new teachers with a very important topic about multimodality, as it is, as you know, it is a trendy topic, and there are trendy tools related to multimodality nowadays. Actually, at the beginning, I need to thank EdLab for sponsoring and inviting me to such session to present this topic. And today, the topic, as you see on the screen, multimodality and the fifth skill in ELT. Definitely, we are going to talk about the framework of video-based instruction, how to present our lessons. This is something about me, and as the presenter mentioned some about me, TEFL lecturer, teacher trainer, PhD in curriculum and TEFL instruction, and all the other points mentioned on the screen. Actually, okay, at the beginning, let me first talk about today's agenda. Today's agenda is I'm going to outline the following points. What is video-based teaching? Why videos? Second language acquisition and visual learning, benefits of using video in your classroom. The next one is promoting visual literacy, and we're going to shed light on the fifth language skill. Okay, and then we're going to browse and talk about the video-based instruction framework. And by the end, we're going to discuss, do we have challenges or not? So we're going to get your answers. And please try to, all the time, interacting with me to answer some questions, to give me your insights, your points of view about some points we're going to ask you about. Let me ask you a quick question first. How many of you watched the video in the last 24 hours? Yeah, you can answer me in the chat box, please. Yeah, please. If you watched a video in the last 24 hours, just mention in the chat box yes. Type yes or why. Hello, can you hear me well? My voice clear?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Is mentioned. Yes, I have. Okay. Who else? Okay. So, you know, all the time we have different social media apps, and all the time videos are everywhere, every time. And if you want to check anything or learn to do anything, even especially ladies, if you want to know how to cook something, okay, you go directly to YouTube to get the video, to know the recipe, to know anything. If you want to learn a new tool in using AI in teaching, so you go directly to YouTube. So, okay, sorry. So we live in a video-first world. So today most of the knowledge we receive from videos and from multimodal tools or multimodal resources. Actually, yeah, okay. Now this is a saying by Zuckerberg in 2016, okay, about 9 years okay, ago, most of the content 10 years ago, was text and then photos, and now it's quickly becoming video. We see a word that in a few years from now will be a video first. And actually, it happened. Now we depend mainly on watching videos, okay? So we have, as you see, we have text, video, images, audio, but the video is special as it has different models. Okay, a lot of students these days expect information to be presented in flashy, entertaining way. So videos can help draw them in. And as you know that most of the courses are provided online depends on short videos to because now learners and students are not able to watch long videos. So short videos are now popular and supportive for Gen Z learners. Okay. Uh, and as you know that people remember, okay, people remember 20% of what they hear, 30% of what they see, and 70%, an amazing 70% of what they see and hear. So you can remember better if you watch a video, as you have the audio and you have the image, and also you can have the text and displayed in the subtitles. Um, Visual literacy. The term visual literacy was first coined in 1969 by John Dibbs, who offered the following definition. Visual literacy refers to a group of vision competences a human being can develop by seeing and, at the same time, having and integrating other sensory experiences. So when you, for example, you are watching a video, you are not only watch, you listen, you can read, so you have different, you can get different sensory experiences when you have watching a video and when you have any visual resource. So here using visual literacy, so we can understand, interpret, and analyze. So we don't only understand the content, but we can interpret, we can analyze the content we watch. So we have three different levels of literacy. Information literacy, but this is the regular one and the traditional literacy we know. And then we have the visual literacy and the third one, which is multimodal literacy. Okay, so multimodal literacy is the main domain that contains different literacies like information and visual. So visual literacy has been defined as the ability to, yes, please, I need your answers in the chat box. To, the word here starts with the letter U. Yes, is said understand. Okay. Any other answer? Yes, Yusuf. Okay, yes. Okay. So the first U is understand. Okay. Number two, I, which is, yes. Someone said interpret. Yes, Hina. Okay. And engage. Yes. Let's see. The first one is interpret and evaluate. So visual literacy has been defined as the ability to understand, okay, interpret and evaluate visual messages. So when you watch a video or see an image, so here you can understand something and interpret it, trying to change the something or the things you see into knowledge, into information, and then you evaluate the message itself. This is what's said by Brister and Gray. Promoting visual literacy, we are constantly encouraging and then processing visual information. This is something which we do constantly. According to literacy ideas, about 90% of the material that our brain receives is visual in nature. So because you when you walk in the street, you're moving here and there, watching videos, using your laptop, watching TV, all the time you are receiving, okay, uh, all the time material visual. The material received is visual. Although the concept of visual literacy has been around for 50 years, many teachers are actively promoting these skills due to the increased exposure to digital media. Okay, so what I mean is all the time we are developing, or we are it is increasing. Visual literacy is increasing all the time because we have a lot of resources, a lot of digital media, a lot of social media apps we use every day. Benefits of promoting visual literacy can include: number one, students develop the ability to describe visual images. You can ask your students to describe images, observe something, okay, observe a process, observe a person, okay, interpret and analyze visual images. So you can, uh, sometimes you ask your student, what can you see in the picture? So sometimes you get different answers. So it is an opportunity for them to be more creative. Okay. Number two, students develop the ability to express an opinion about a visual image. Okay. So as I told you that here you are trying to promote or develop critical thinking skills. Students can use visual images to aid their memory, okay, because they can remember better if you when you provide your learners, your students, especially in the primary level or the elementary level, with flashcards with a word and a picture, okay, or an image, so they can remember better. So you are supporting their memory. Also to reinforce written texts, okay. So if you want to make the written text more memorable and be better for students, you can add images, can add videos. Also for general enrichment and pleasure, it's also watching videos and using visual literacy is funny and is attractive to learners. So is there a relation between second language acquisition and visuals? So as you see the chart here, or the image you see, language acquisition and language learning. So they have something in common. What is it? According to Krashen and Terrell, language acquisition is the natural way to develop linguistic abilities. Okay, and it's subconscious process, a subconscious process. Children, for example, are not necessarily aware that they are acquiring language. They are only aware that they are communicating. This is according to Krashen and Terrell, okay? So it is something which is natural, okay? It is so language acquisition for Krashen is different from other linguists, okay? So here, if we, so on one of the key reasons for using videos is to help students achieve language acquisition. Okay, since these videos provide rich audiovisual aids to input, and as you know that most of the courses are provided currently for, especially for English language, based mainly on videos, because people or learners can watch, listen, and have the text. So using visual resources can help to develop language acquisition and make learning better, okay, for learners, especially and even for adults. Yeah, we talk all together all the time about that young learners, but uh, even adults. As an adult, you prefer to watch a video than reading an article, for example. So using audiovisual aids helps a lot to support learning any language, and at the same time expose students to large quantities of comprehensible input. So you can have text, audio, and visual. Schemata and visual literacy. Okay, I need someone to tell me what is schemata. Can you mention it in the chat box, please? Schemata, or sometimes it is pronounced as schema. Okay. Yes. Yes. As you said. Okay. Yes. Background knowledge. Okay. Yes. So schemata is the prior knowledge you have about a certain topic. So yeah, someone said prior knowledge. Perfect, Khaled. Okay. So schemata is, as you see, refers to the previous knowledge, experience, concepts, and beliefs that come to the listeners, viewers when listening or watching to any text, as well as reading one. Okay, you are, for example, if you are reading about how to teach reading, for example, so you directly go back to the skills you used before about teaching reading or teaching listening as a receptive skill similar to reading. So here the schemata or the prior knowledge, previous knowledge you have affects actually the way you learn. And if, okay, in Piaget theory, a schema is both the category of knowledge as well as the process of acquiring that knowledge. Okay, so it is knowledge and the process of acquiring that knowledge. As experiences happen, okay, the learning experiences, and new information is presented, new schemas are developed, and all the schemas are changed or modified. So you add to your knowledge, you add more information to your previous knowledge, or modify them if maybe your previous knowledge is not complete, is maybe something which you learned wasn't perfect, so you modify all the time. And visual literacy or visuals can help you a lot to activate and your previous knowledge, activate your schemata and add more knowledge or modify them. Video-based instruction, okay, framework. The fifth skill. What is the fifth skill? We are going to see. Why videos? Why videos? Watch this video, okay? Two people from TechSmith company are talking about what makes videos different from what other mediums, okay? They are going to mention some points about what makes videos different, okay? And what are the four qualities of a good video? They are going to tell you what are the four qualities of a good video, and you are going to watch the video to get the four qualities. So you are going to watch a video to get the four qualities. Are you ready? Okay.
What makes video different from other content mediums and particularly more powerful in a business environment? And the four E's are engaging. So it's a great way to tell stories, right? And our brains are hardwired to engage in storytelling as a narrative arc. The second is emotional. And so there's an opportunity to connect more emotionally with prospects and buyers through video as a medium. Just having people on camera and connecting can stimulate different kinds of emotions that the written word can't. The third is educational, so our brains process visual information faster than text. We store it in long-term memory and text in short-term memory and so on. And so there's lots of reasons why video is a great educational medium. And the last one, which I think is really important, is empathetic, and the ability to establish greater empathy with our audience by, again, putting the human face out there, by having real people talking in authentic, genuine ways, and getting rid of the jargon and the sales speak and just, communicating like real people.
Okay, kindly in the chat box write the four, yes, engaging, yes, emotional, educational, and empathy. Okay, who else? Yes, Mr. Shafi, I didn't see your question before. It's okay. Yes, you can add in the chat box, please. Okay, another one. Now we have only one answer. What are the four E's or the four reasons or the most or the four effective reasons for watching videos? Real communication. Yes. Okay. Okay, let's see yes, another answer here according to the interest. But what I'm talking about, as mentioned in the video, okay? So the first one, the four is number one, engaging. Videos are engaging for learners. So when you want to provide more engagement to your classes, you can use videos. And as you know, currently we have a lot of tools to create new videos using artificial intelligence, a lot of a lot of apps, a lot of websites that help us add a lot of videos and customize them according to our learners. And this is part of the courses we provide at EduHub Academy. The next one is emotional. Emotionals, okay. Number three, educational, okay. The last one, empathetic. So these are the four E's of the reasons that we can use videos for. Okay.
What makes video? What makes video?
Okay, why use videos as our so teaching with video benefits? Okay, number one, the first point is personalization. Yes, it helps hammer home the intended idea quick. Yes, thank you, Mr. Shafi. Yes, perfect. So teaching with video benefits, what are the benefits? Number one, personalization. So you can personalize the content you want to deliver depending on the target language you want to teach to your students. So personalization is here, okay? Engagement, as we said, okay? Number three, effectiveness. So using videos is effective. Authenticity, okay? Because when you create videos, so you create something personal or personalized and authentic. So when you provide authentic videos, what I mean is we have two different authentic videos. Authentic video means when you use some videos from one of the websites for example, news and maybe for some formal websites. So you get some videos from there to utilize them during your class. So here the video is authentic. Also, when you produce or create a new video for your learners, it is authentic and personalized to your learners. Okay. And here the last point is visual clues. So you can provide visual clues in your videos to help your learners get more involved and more engaged in your lesson. And nowadays we have different apps that provide videos, MCQs or quiz-based videos that like Edpuzzle and others. You can add at certain point in the video, add some questions to be answered by your students, and they receive feedback after that. What does it mean for the ELT classroom? Okay. For the ELT classroom, it means learner engagement, contextualizing the target language. For example, if you are presenting a grammar lesson and trying to avoid the traditional way of teaching explicit grammar, okay? So you can contextualize the content to be in a video. So when you provide, for example, and I'll show a video at the end of this session, or I can send it to you later, a video about how to contextualize the present simple of daily routines for your students. Because you know the verb, the subject-verb agreement is a very important and it is an issue for students to, sometimes they don't add S, sometimes they don't add S to the verb, okay, because it is the L1 affects learning any foreign language or any second language. So when you contextualize the content using videos, you can help students to learn better and avoid some mistakes. A launch point for practice, okay? So when you can use it and utilize it to practice language, okay? And as you know, as you know that we have an exercise which is shadowing, and I have a lot of experience in such technique and such exercise, as it really affects learning language and it is popular in some countries. Okay, topical content. Okay, so you can use the video to provide a content based on a certain topic. If you provide your course based on thematic units, so you can create videos related to this topic, and because sometimes you can't find on YouTube what you want directly, okay? So you can create videos using the new apps and the new creators. Modeling nonverbal communication. Okay, sometimes sometimes when students watch a video, they can learn a lot, not from the verbal communication they watch and they listen to, because they can watch something which can't be expressed using language. They can imitate, especially if you are trying to set some rules for your class. You can add a video to help the students act out the content okay, accurately without any guidance or any help from you, because they will imitate, they will copy the content from the nonverbal communication. Cultural elements, okay, so cultural elements are important, as you can add okay, a video which is not which is not or can't violate your cultural elements, okay, because not all the videos on YouTube okay match your culture. So sometimes if you want to focus on certain culture, so you can create it yourself, and video can guarantee this point for you. Familiarity with cultural references, okay, so also about we can focus on some cultural references depending on the culture you teach in, or other cultures if your students are familiar with. Okay. The last point, personalized lesson content. So you can personalize the content to fit your students' level, students' learning styles, students' age. Okay, so that's what it means to have videos inside your classroom. How to choose the right videos? We have the first one, the topic. Okay, you should know first what is the topic you want to select a video for. Then the length, then frequency, and the last one, which is purpose. So topic, length, frequency, purpose. The first point is length. Okay, when you select a video, the length no more than 2 minutes, as engagement tends to fall off sharply after that. So especially when you teach to adults, try to have segmented videos. You can segment the video into micro videos or short videos. Frequency, students' screen time. Okay, students don't like can't focus on a screen for a lot of time. So you should pay attention to the screen time you provide for your students and the frequency. Okay, so because you are going to maybe if you want to repeat the video, so it won't take much time for them, and they won't get bored. Topic linked to coursebook. You can select a video or create a video that is linked to the coursebook you have, or standalone based on students' interests. Maybe your students are interested in sport, so you prefer to select a video which is related to their interests, but can achieve or fulfill the target language you aim to. The last point is purpose, background knowledge. Okay, the background knowledge is important in enriching a text, deepening students' learning, identifying language. So the purpose you have. Okay, so for example, you should pay attention to their background knowledge. Okay, so also the purpose, if you want to deepen students' learning or to identify certain language, maybe identify certain verbs, you are teaching a grammar lesson and you want them to write the verbs they listen to or they watch. Okay, so it depends on, so to select the best video, you should pay attention to length, frequency, topic, and purpose. Videos are used for, the next point, videos are used for Okay, can you mention in the chat box? I mean, in your classroom. Mhm. Yes, you can add your answer in the chat box, please. Explaining grammar, visual learners. Yes, perfect to support visual learners. The content, it depends on the content of the lesson. Okay. Okay. Let's see on the board, videos uses of video. Uh, Language focus, if you want to focus in a certain part of the language, maybe a vocabulary, maybe grammar, skills. Also, if you when you present something related to the skills, listening, speaking, reading, writing, depends on the skills you aim to deliver to your learners. And the next one is stimulus. It is, using videos is, yeah, yes, kinesthetic learners. Yes, perfect. Farah. Okay. It is a stimulus for your students. It is something can motivate them. It is part of the the motivation tools you can do for your learners or your students. It is a resource also, resource of knowledge, a resource for students later to get the if you maybe you provide a content for your students and it is a resource for them. The fifth skill. Do we have 4 or 5 macro language skills? Okay, we have uh, yes, please mention in the chat box, please. Do we have, yes, someone said yes in the chat box. Yes, is said 5. So 5, yeah, perfect. So the next, yes, Mr. Shafi, make abstract ideas clear. Yes, yes, listening, speaking, reading, writing, viewing. Okay. Yes. Okay. Some research studies mentioned that the fifth skill, some said that it is culture, the fifth skill. Others said that grammaring is the fifth skill. So we have different research. If you search the internet or the websites that provide studies, you can get a lot of answers. But recently, the fifth skill, which were added depending on the trends and the technology, we have listening, speaking, reading, writing, and the last one, as someone, yes, is mentioned, it is viewing. Viewing is, you can have different skills, language skills in one video. So videos can provide the viewing skill and can activate it, and students will be will interact better if they can watch videos and provide and you provide them with the viewing skill. How to provide the video, how to deliver, how to teach using video. Okay, and implementing videos in our lessons. Let's watch this video. Okay, you are going to watch the video to answer these 2 questions, and you can screenshot the 2 questions to watch the video to get the answers. What are the 3 modes of using videos? Number 2, list the stages of implementing videos in our teaching learning process. So 3 modes and stages of implementing videos. Are you ready? Ready to watch the video? Okay, let's go.
Video plays a significant role in teenagers' lives, and video can also play a significant role in the classroom. One reason video is so effective is that it combines 3 modes. 1. Moving images and graphics. 2. Audio. And 3. On-screen text. Having these 3 modes means firstly that video suits students with different learning styles, and secondly, video can have more impact than audio or text alone. Students are also experiencing English in the same format and context as real life. Just as with reading and listening, using video can be divided into 3 stages: before watching, while watching, and after watching. Before watching, it helps to activate students' existing knowledge about a topic. Ask them to look at the video page and guess the topic. In groups, give students 1 minute to write as many words as they can connected with that topic. Check the video script. If students haven't mentioned key vocabulary that they'll need, pre-teach it. One thing you can do every now and again is cover the screen when you play a video for the first time and let students just listen with their books closed. Depending on the video, students can guess where their speakers are, what they're doing, and so on. A similar activity is to play the video first without sound. Students use the visual clues to predict the audio. This motivates students to watch with sound to find out what's happening. It also helps students to understand the dialogue when they hear it. With Vox Pop videos, where a narrator asks various people the same question, you could just show the answers and ask the students what the question was. Watch this clip.
Hey, do you know which wild animals live in the UK? Are there deer and foxes? What about snakes? Let's find out.
What was the question? After you've watched a video a few times, you can play it again with the sound off and ask students to recall parts of the audio or even to narrate it. An activity that gets students to really process what they've heard so far and seen so far is to pause the video and ask them to guess what's going to happen next. After watching, it's good to check who was paying attention. Divide the class into teams and ask questions like, where were they? What colour was the car? Who liked fast food? Students write group answers, then swap papers and check. Or you can write on the board events from the video in the wrong order and see which group can order them first. Most students love a competition. Print the script and blank out 10 words. Set a time limit and ask students to complete the gaps. This activity could revise specific unit vocabulary or activate a wider lexical area, such as collocations. Students find it hard to follow fast speech, so it's often helpful to give them copies of the script so they can read and listen. After you've watched a video a few times, ask confident students to act out the video or part of the video. This kind of activity works well with a video where a process or a scenario is repeated a few times. Students could even recreate a scene from the video using the camera on their smartphone or on their tablet.
Okay. Sorry. Again to the, yes, well, now we're back to the question. What are the 3 modes of using videos? Yes, I see some people answered. Yes, 3 modes. Yes, okay. Yes, Mr. Khalid said before, while, and after. These are the stages. Okay, what about the 3 modes? Yes, moving images, audio. Yes. Okay, any other answer? Okay. So the modes they mentioned, that mention the images, the videos, the text. So we have different modes for visual or for video, the three modes of using videos. You can use it for text, for image, uh, for motion, the motion or the image, which you can change into a motion using the video. Okay, and the stages, as they mentioned, before, during, and after. And this is the framework we are going to shed light on. What is viewing? So then what's viewing? Viewing is defined as follows: an active process of attending and comprehending visual media, such as television, advertising, images, films, diagrams, symbols, photographs, videos, drama, drawing, sculpture, and painting. This is the definition mentioned in the Canadian Common Curriculum Framework. Okay, so viewing is anything you see is viewing, okay? Is we are supporting, we are developing our skill, which is viewing. So students should understand that effective active viewers engage in the following: a three-phase model: previewing, okay, during viewing, and the last one, which is after viewing or responding. So here in each stage, okay, we are going to learn what are the tasks we can do, what we can do as teachers. Okay, the first one, as we said before, previewing and viewing, which is during, and the post viewing after watching the video. The first one, previewing, the key point is, the important point is that your students are not just passively watching the video, okay? They have something to do with that makes them interact, okay? Which is with the content and the start relating to it. So the content is important for them to, it is, we can say it is a material to ask or to form or create quizzes based on the content. Also, ideally, you will make them curious so that they want to watch the video. So you trying to help them be more motivated. The previewing to establish the context. The context, to establish the context, who the speakers are, where they are, what they are going to do. So before you provide the video, you ask them some points about the video, but before they watch, okay, to predict. So we are following the top-down technique. We are starting with predicting, brainstorming, predicting about the video, okay, to establish the context. The next point, to input language. The teacher might want to pre-teach some keywords. So before they watch the video, you should provide or pre-teach the keyword, the key vocab or key phrases which are new for the students. Okay, and yes, to think about the topic. Yes, that's it. To establish the context, to help them get ready for watching the video. Also, if you have new vocabulary, so you can pre-teach it. To predict the topic and content, the teacher might ask students to guess who will be in the video and what will happen. Okay. Also to activate schemata prior knowledge they have about the topic. Okay. Video viewing strategies before this table can provide you with the strategies you can follow to review. Okay, making meaningful screen capture. Okay, so we can get a certain screen from the video to identify the topics and the context and the previewing vocabulary here. Okay, so you can predict if you can freeze framing, you can freeze a certain part of the video to build interest, express varied opinions. Also, silent viewing, predict from the silent viewing without having the audio. So to predict language use, the characters, roles, context. Also, blind listening to to listen without watching the content, predicting situation and the context. So it is a good way, a good tool to help them predict. Okay. The last point is connect. KWL, what I know, what I want to, what I know, what I want to learn, what I learn. So the activating schemata through using this chart. This chart is, as you see here, I can use it with my students to ask them about the video. Before they can, the first point, what do you think you already know about the topic? Wonder or want to know, what do you wonder about this topic? Write your questions below. Learn. After you complete your project, write what you learned. After they watch the video, what you learned. So you can summarize or brief the viewing process using this KWL chart. What I know, what I want to know, or what I wonder, what I learned. Okay. Also, the second stage. Now we have finished the first stage, which is previewing. The second is viewing. The important key in this stage is that your task gives students a reason to keep interacting. The students, when I asked you the last video, I asked you to watch the video to get answers to certain questions. Okay, so you should provide a reason to your learners to get the some information from the video. Also, you can focus their attention on and engaging with a specific aspect of the content that you want them to learn from. Video viewing strategies. What are the strategies? You can stop to focus on images and objects. What can be seen? You can ask them, what can you see? So we can stop. Number two, clarify and replay. Okay, question, close-ended versus open-ended questions. Also, sequence. If you are providing something which depends on sequence, infer. Characters, thoughts based on body language, setting based on cultural aspects, actions beyond the screen. So here you are trying to develop the critical thinking skills. Okay, so the next schedule or the next table will, table will help you. Okay, the first strategy is stop. Why? To focus on images and objects. And this strategy is good for language development through observation. Clarify, stop and replay. Okay, so focus on specific language or facts. If you are trying or want them to focus on a certain expression, certain phrases. Question, we have two types of questions, close-ended and open-ended. The first one is important for concept checking. The second is expressing opinion, sharing knowledge. Sequence, reorder a jumbled sequence. This is good for logical order, coherence. Also, they can infer the character's thoughts based on body language, and this is important for linking verbal and non-verbal communication. Also, you can infer setting based on cultural aspects, and this is important for developing the cultural awareness. Also, you can infer actions beyond the screen. So it is imaginative, creative thought. So we can say that we are developing the critical thinking skills. While viewing, a teacher can focus students' attention on specific aspects of the content, okay, the target language you want to deliver. Ask the students to focus on non-verbal aspects, as I mentioned before. Also, later, for example, a conversation focused lesson. Students could practice the conversation from the video by incorporating the gestures and expressions they have noticed while watching it, so they can copy and imitate them. While viewing, tasks motivate continued engagement in the video content by getting students to check if any predictions they made in the previewing task were right. The third stage, which is post-viewing, and here, this is the part of the lesson where students work with what they have extracted from the video, and this is the productivity. The productivity stage is very important because this is the ultimate goal, to produce language, to produce patterns of language. This could involve discussing what they saw, working with language from the clip, or extending or versioning the clip in some way. What students do depends greatly on the type of video they watch. And their language learning reasons, okay? And the video viewing strategies which are after viewing or post-viewing, they can summarize, analyze, and compare and contrast. reflect, critic, create. Okay, so the strategies are as follows. Okay. Yes. Yeah, they should. Yes, as Farah said, yes, both the produce language. Okay, yes. Summarize. They can writing a summary to identify key language and concepts using graphics. We can ask them to create graphic organizer. To this is an extra scaffolding. Okay, for extra scaffolding. Analyze using graphic organizers using a Venn diagram for scaffolding or for comparing and contrasting. Okay, reflect written or oral work, discussing for and against, so they can do some sort of debate. Create a follow-up video, podcast, or a contest. Project-based learning, so you can here implement project-based learning. They can create a video, create a podcast, or they can, if they don't have the abilities or the skill to create a full video, they can talk about the idea of creating a new video and the content. And this is a project-based learning task. Observation-related tasks. When designing tasks for video, always consider tasks that exploit what the students can see in the clip. Okay, okay, because it is very important for the observation. Turn the volume off and watch the clip silently to see what you can learn from just watching. Okay, so from just watching, because if you want to play the video only to watch without listening, what would they get from just watching? This is a good way to identify aspects of body language and culture that might be useful for your students to understand. Okay, videos with difficult content require graded tasks. So don't provide, if you have difficult content, so you should provide graded tasks to include or to provide inclusive learning, because you have different learning styles. You should differentiate your tasks to meet all the learning styles you have and all the interests of the student. Lesson from work. So now I'm going to give you a brief about that, what we mentioned. We have stage one, lead-in, previewing with visual aids, lead-in to the set the context, some questions about the content. Okay, this is the previewing stage. Stage three, watch the video for gist. Okay, identify phrases, words they hear. Watch the video for details, and this is the stage of also pronunciation work. You can ask them to get the pronunciation of some words, and this is the while viewing. For example, you can ask what is the word you hear, or what are the verbs you hear, what are the words you hear. Okay, post viewing productive skills. Here you are, students are going to produce language, and this is the freer practice stage. So it is known that when you provide a receptive skill, okay, like speaking, listening, also viewing, you should provide productive skill like writing and speaking. Okay, so you can have whole class feedback, peer feedback on writing or speaking, and this is the post viewing. This is the brief of the framework we provided about using videos or video-based instruction framework. Okay, and this is a video I'm going to send you or to share it with you. Now you can watch it quickly because we still have 5 minutes. Okay, it is not long.
Every morning, Clara walks to the small cafe on the corner of Maple Street. She always orders the same thing, a black coffee and a croissant. The cafe, named the Quiet Corner, is her favorite place to relax before work. The owner, Mr. Patel, greets her with a smile and asks, "The usual, Clara?" She nods and sits by the window. The cafe is usually quiet at this time of day. A few regular customers come in, but they rarely talk loudly. Clara enjoys the calm atmosphere. She reads the newspaper or listens to the soft music playing in the background. Sometimes she watches the people outside. They hurry past, their faces buried in their phones or their coats pulled tight against the cold. One morning, something unusual happens. A group of tourists enters the cafe. They laugh and chat loudly, filling the small space with noise. Clara notices how their voices echo off the walls. She tries to focus on her newspaper, but the noise distracts her. Mr. Patel looks a little stressed as he takes their orders. He usually handles everything calmly, but today he seems rushed. The tourists order many different drinks and pastries. One of them asks for a cappuccino, another for a latte, and a third for hot chocolate. They also request a variety of cakes and sandwiches. Clara watches as Mr. Patel works quickly to prepare everything. She admires how he manages to stay polite and efficient, even when the cafe gets busy. After a while, the tourists leave, and the cafe returns to its usual quiet state. Clara finishes her coffee and croissant. She thanks Mr. Patel and heads to work. As she walks, she thinks about how much she appreciates the peaceful mornings at the quiet corner. She hopes the tourists don't come back tomorrow, but if they do, she knows Mr. Patel will handle it with his usual calmness.
Okay, this video I created for some learners to help them get to write some verbs about daily routines using the present simple, and it is a way to contextualize the content, the target language into using videos. So you can use this video and you can ask, you can implement the technique we used or the framework previewing, viewing, and post-viewing, and students can identify the verbs to help them differentiate between the different uses of present simple, also about the daily routines, also the subject-verb agreement. So videos are very important to contextualize grammar in your teaching. Okay, so do we have challenges in video-based teaching? So we have the learning goals. We have the learning goals we have. We should try to find or to select videos which match the learning goals we have. Also, the accessibility. Okay, is it accessible for you to get the videos or for learners to watch the videos? Length of clips. The length of clips which are popular on YouTube. Maybe it is they are long or longer for learners, so it needs to be segmented or to be clipped into micro videos. Also, task preparation time. I don't know, but actually we have a lot of tools nowadays using artificial intelligence tools as we provide in our courses in EduHub Academy, how to get ready for your video with just minutes. Okay. And authentic language using, do we use authentic language from different websites like news websites or from like a website like National Geographic or others? Also, appropriacy. Is the content appropriate for my students and their culture? Matching video content to course content, okay? Because not all English courses provide videos that is integrated with the content. So you need to have a lot of time to match the video to the content you have. Also, the cultural references in humor. The humor is different from country to another. Maybe a word you hear in Egypt is different from the other word when you hear it in other countries. Maybe not humor. Okay, it is not funny to listen to another country. Is there a solution? Yes, there is a solution, which is we can create personalized, cultural, cultural videos. Okay, or we can say they can create videos which are integrated, or videos which are integrated to culture. Okay, so we can avoid the length. You can avoid the authenticity. You can avoid the task of preparation time. Okay, and also the cultural references. So using artificial intelligence can help us as teachers, and especially when you use English or you teach English, because most of the apps are provided in English and they can support you and assist you, not replace you as a teacher. Okay, time to reflect. Which activities would you do to introduce the topic? So can you tell me which activities would you do to introduce the topic, or the previewing, I mean?
it's time
Do you have
for
an
you
answer?
to be proactive and reply in the chat box.
Sorry?
It's time for them to reflect upon what you have just told them.
Yes, please. Which activities would you do to introduce the topic previewing? What do you prefer? Which task do you prefer to use for previewing the video as teachers? Language skills. Okay, Asma. Okay. Okay, so some people prefer to ask students some questions to to ask them about their knowledge. Yes, exciting introduction. Yes, brainstorming. Yes, yes, KWL, eliciting. Perfect answer, Mr. Hani. Yes, Nigat. Yes, communication skills. Okay. The second question is, how would you adapt this lesson framework to fast finishers? If you have fast finishers in all the 3 stages, how would you adapt this lesson framework to fast finishers? Yes, Mr. Shafi, brainstorming. Yes. So fast finishers, the students who finish quickly. Okay. So you should prepare yourself. You should, yes, yes, guessing game. Yes. Okay. Perfect. So you should prepare yourself to
additional tasks for them.
Yes, additional task for them. So you should because when you set a lesson plan or you prepare a lesson plan, you have something which is called anticipated problems. One of them is fast finisher. You should prepare handout worksheets, some more extra questions for them to do after they finish. Okay. And if you have any question, please ask me in the chat box. As now I finished the content I planned to deliver to you today. And I hope it was supportive for you and beneficial for you to in your next or upcoming lessons, inshallah. Yeah, if you want the certificate, I think that now we can click the link in the chat box to add your details to get the certificate from EdLab, inshallah. And also, if you want to communicate with me later, this is the QR code for my social media, the WhatsApp and the Telegram, and also for if you want to know more about our artificial intelligence course, AI in English teaching and training provided by EduHub Academy. Okay, yes, now please log into the chat box too. Yes.
Yes, thank you so much, Dr. Ahmed Shabaan, for conducting a wonderful session. And I hope that participants have liked it very much, and they must use all the strategies that you mentioned here.
Inshallah. Thank you very much.
And you can see from the chat box that participants are finding it very useful session and helpful session. So I think after generative AI, teachers are, they are super smart to create additional and customized plans for the students. They can now use all these tools to customize the lesson plans according to the diverse needs of the students.
Yeah. So and you know that we are teaching to Gen Z and the upcoming generation, exactly. Gen Alpha, which is which they're they're learning based mainly on multimodal tools. And thank you for EdLab for providing such opportunity to deliver this topic for all teachers. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much. Dr. Ahmed Shabaan, for taking out your time and conducting this session for you. I know you're very busy. You have a very busy schedule, but yet you made this happen for us.
Okay, my pleasure. My pleasure.
And I would like to see you once again in one of our sessions or maybe one of our conferences in near future.
Inshallah, inshallah. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.